Hello kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thank you for stopping by. I had picked this Briggs-Stratton mower up this week for free. Foxtrot Romeo Echo Echo. There's nothing better than a free side of the road mower. I happened to be on the way to one of my rural scrappers to pick up a rider and another push mower, and I stumbled upon this Briggs-Stratton pusher on the side of the road, so it was my lucky day. So I thought I would have you kids and cadets help me diagnose this thing, take a walk around it, and figure out what we're going to do to get this thing up and running again. I see a few issues with it just by standing here. The dreaded missing air filter cover, which happens quite often. I don't know why. But I have a aftermarket cover and another filter. I'll leave the description below. I buy these in bulk, like half a dozen at a time, because this is such a common occurrence with these Briggs engines. You can buy the cover separately, or you can buy it with a kit, as a kit, the filter and cover. So as good as new. That's the newest part on the whole machine so far. Let me take that off because we're going to give it a shot of happy juice here in the near future. Somebody gave me hell previously for not saying what happy juice is. Happy juice is just carb or intake cleaner. You can use ether, which is starting fluid, but I always have carb cleaner available. It's highly flammable and poisonous. Wear safety goggles when using the carb cleaner. So this is what I'll do, is I'll give it a shot of happy juice to see if it fires off. The tank is empty. It's a 2014 model year. I'm looking at the emissions sticker on the tank. So 2014 model year. Oldie but goodie. Let me tilt this on its side and we can look at the underside and see how that looks. Take you off the tripod here for a moment. You always want to tilt it with the carburetor facing up so nothing pours out of the unit. So blade doesn't look too bad a shape. Let me see if it's bent. What I do is pick a mark on the underside of the deck. I'll pick this mark here. It looks like there's a piece of weed whacker stuck to the bottom of the deck here. I'll use that as my guide. So I look at the end of the blade, match it up with the piece of stuck weed whacker, turn the blade so the other side of the blade lines up with it, and it should be the same distance as the other side. So this looks like it's a little higher than the other side, so this side looks like it's bent. There's a slight bend in the blade. Let me go back around to the other side and you can see. See, that lines up a lot straighter than the other side, so the blade is bent. There may be vibration when I go ahead and get this thing going. I'll have to replace the blade. So the underside doesn't look terribly bad. There is some rust. I've seen worse. So let's flip it back over. Doing all this one-handed. So the other issue I see is it looks like it's covered in some sort of scat. I don't know if it's chicken scat or goat or what, but there's a bunch of poop all over the deck. I'll have to clean up the deck. Let's look at the oil. I think it'll probably need an oil change. Looks dark. I'll change the oil. The other issue I see is the front wheels are close to the ground. It's in the lowest position. I always have mine in the highest position. You don't want to scalp the grass. This is set up for cutting the greens on a golf course, and I didn't get it from a golf course, so they had this thing way too low to the ground. You're just cutting sand when you're that low, so I'm going to have to move this up to the highest position. And well, let's give it a squirt. The other thing I noticed is these screws for the recoil were loose. I tried to give it a tug when I first loaded it on the truck, and this whole recoil was loose. I scrounged up an extra bolt. Let me grab the bolt and tighten these other three down. Let me put you back in the holder. I don't know if it got loose on its own or if somebody was in here trying to mess with it. It's hard saying.